Hey, so I wanted to talk about using cell phone footage in Avid. Now, this is not meant for footage meant to be seen on a phone like TikTok or Instagram. This is for using cell phone footage, vertical video as they call it, in what I would call 16 by 9 footage, horizontal video on broadcast television or YouTube, etc. So what I have here is I imported some cell phone footage, and obviously it comes with this black on both sides of it. The video does not 1920 by 1080, but say you get this type of footage, and what can you do to make it look a little more professional? I think with just it on black on the sides, not a great professional look. So the television show I worked for, somebody else edited with this clip, and what they did was something like this. They might have, I don't know if they cropped it or used a little border move right there, and they put this background on it. I'm going to show you a little bit of a different way to approach cell phone footage. Let's do that right now. So I have the background clean here, and to be honest with you, this background is not that great. I would say cell phone footage is a little busy, but let's say, hey, the producer said, hey, this is the look of the show. I want you to use that, right? So the first thing I would do is I would go into blend mode, and I would use a 3D warp. And let me get into effect mode here. And what you could do here is crop the left image. What I would do is probably leave some black. I'm a big believer in leaving these black bars whenever you're compositing two different video layers. I think you need to have some separation. Otherwise, it looks very 2D and early 80s videos. It's a pet peeve of mine. But the other thing I wanted to do was maybe add a border, and let's see how this works here with the crop. And I'm going to add a border, and I'm going to add a softness to it. You see that? Adds a little edge to it. A lot of people call this a caret, K-E-R-E-T. So you might be able to look for better ones online. But obviously, this is something really simple to make in Avid really quickly. Imagine you're in a news sports situation. You got to get this cell phone footage out very, very quickly. So the other thing I just did while I was talking about that, is I blew it up. I don't think it's a good idea to have the border lines on the top and bottom. You just want them on the side. Now, the other issue with this, even though it's cell phone footage and it's vertical video, there is so much dead space on the left and right here. Depending on the shot and what you have going on in the frame, it doesn't bother me. I don't think the audience at home says to themselves, oh my God, that was vertical video. You can't blow that up more than what it is. And the same thing, so in theory, imagine if I blew this up, if I could do it, imagine if I blew this up even more. And we're saying to ourselves, all right, and one thing, if you notice quickly, I am not there yet with moving around these bins and panels in 2012. It has been somewhat challenging for me. I'm not complaining yet. I will not complain at all, but I will be able to figure that out soon. But the difference here, I'd say, is look at this shot compared to this shot. We have the same thing. This is much bigger. Okay, there is this too much dead space on the left and right. I know it's cell phone footage, and I know it's blown up. But again, most of the time the audience at home is forgiving, especially with footage this day. This footage does not look so terrible blown up, and it is such a better visual. And so that's one thing I would say here. Don't be afraid of blowing up footage, especially in this case, this cell phone footage. Now, a couple other things. This border is getting a little too big and a little too thick. I think that was related to the crop. No, it wasn't. My border is very, very big. Yeah, let's get this a little bit smaller. I like that a little bit better. And the other thing I would say is, again, this background is very catching my eye, I would say, is a good word to say it. It's taking attention away from the center of the screen because it's so blue and it has some sort of movement in it. So the first thing I would try to do here is I'm going to put a superimpose on the bottom on the background level, and you see how that immediately bring the foreground down, right? I don't need to have the foreground so bright that it clashes with the center of the screen. Even if I bring it down to such a lower level there, let's go like that. And okay, now I'm happy with it. At least I have some background back there. It's not, again, plain black like this is the footage that came in. And it's not, again, another editor is subjective, of course, but it's so bright on the sides. It's very hard for my eyes to just focus in on attention on the middle. This, hey, I think this works. So hopefully that was a quick way for you to adjust your cell phone footage. This way, you have more time to drink beer. And what kind of beer should you be drinking? I'm going to go back to the 6 Point Brewery in Brooklyn, New York. And this beer, my good friend Big Joe has been drinking nonstop now. It's called Mind Control. He likes it because it's 8.8%. He works in a pizzeria 12 hours a day, and he comes home and he has 2 of these and he has a good buzz, and then he passes right out. And like myself, I'm a big fan of the hazy hops that's been going on in the brewing stuff. So again, hopefully that was helpful to use cell phone footage in a cool way for television / YouTube, etc. Please put it in the comments below. If I start using it, I will show it to everybody else, and hopefully everybody can learn from it together. Avid Beer 2020 course will be coming up soon. I still have to figure out how to move my bins and adjust my windows. I'm still figuring that out while working my main job and while drinking good 4 to 5 nights a week. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.